We drive on roads almost every day. We rely on them to get us where we need to go. Ever since those smarty pants Romans paved the first roads, we've been rolling our vehicles over them to make our lives easier. But what if those roads were trying to kill us? While you're imagining getting in a life or death fistfight with a road, take a second to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so you never miss a video. There's some gnarly spots out there in the world with lots of twists, turns, rock slides, waves, gunfights, and terrorists. And for some reason, people still need to drive through them so roads get built there. Oh, and plus those roads aren't the best maintained, so they may have a few bumps and giant potholes in them. Get ready to buckle up and hang on for your life because we're about to explore the most dangerous roads in the world. Number 10. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. New Zealand is the land of picturesque mountain views, beaches, hobbits, fields of sheep, and one killer road straight from hell. The 16.5-mile gravel road was carved by miners over 140 years ago and is precariously placed in a very narrow cut in the middle of a sheer cliff face. The road is so notoriously dangerous that your rental car insurance won't be honored if you drive on it. Twist, blind turns, and a narrow bridge that can only handle one car at a time adds to the fear factor of this mountain maze. Gold was first discovered in Skipper's Canyon in 1862, which made the road necessary. These days, people are less likely to strike it rich and more likely to strike it dead. Number 9. Commonwealth Avenue, the Philippines. When a road is nicknamed the Killer Highway, you know you need to take some extra precautions. Commonwealth Avenue is located in the heart of Quezon City in the Philippines. There are almost no regulations and extremely heavy traffic, which leads to many hundreds of accidents among cyclists, pedestrians, and vehicles each year. For just under 8 miles, the road stretches from 6 to 18 lanes, making it one of the widest roads in the world. And yet, people and bicyclists still try to dart across it. There are numerous wrecks and a large amount of fatalities occur from people coming over to help the damaged vehicles. With 3 to 5 accidents a day and hundreds of deaths a year, the road now has a strictly enforced 37-mile-per-hour speed limit, but the numbers have not changed. It's a main road, so it's necessary to drive on it to get anywhere in or out of town. This is one of the most dangerous roads in the world that isn't located in harsh weather, political turmoil, or hostile terrain. It's just a dangerous road with dangerous drivers. Number 8. Federal Highway 1, Mexico. Federal Highway 1, Mexico stretches 1,063 miles following the length of the Baja California Peninsula from Cabo San Lucas at the southern end of Tijuana, then turns into Interstate 5 when it reaches California. There are stunning views of the Pacific Ocean and mountains, but all too often drivers end up crashing into them. The road is chock full of blind corners with no barriers or hard shoulders, which can be a bit of a problem when you're speeding down a freeway and a turn comes out of nowhere and you skid off the road and straight down is the ocean. Also, it's an international freeway, so big rig 18-wheelers use it frequently. While you negotiate the tight turns and try to stay in your lane, suddenly from around that blind mountain corner comes a giant truck straight at you. Don't forget that 6 states in Mexico have no legal requirements to pass a test in order to drive a car. Happy driving! Number 7. Sichuan-Tibet Highway, China. The Sichuan-Tibet Highway is one of the most beautiful stretches of road in the world. It actually attracts tourists from all over China to make the drive and take in the scenery. And you just know all those extra cars make this thin road all the more dangerous. Despite its beauty, the road was built to be a trucking route, and big trucks making tight turns around mountains aren't very forgiving. The road stretches over 2,000 kilometers and twists through a mountain range. Most is high above sea level, and you can feel the oxygen thinning as your car makes the ascent. Rain, ice, and a host of other chilly winter challenges last for close to 10 months, making driving along this road a treacherous journey for even the most experienced drivers. Besides weather conditions going up and down mountains and some iffy bridges, there are regular landslides coming down the cliffs, and the army stands on guard at the pass 24 hours a day. Number 6. Rohtang Pass, India. Rotang Pass in India is located on the eastern Pir Panjal range of the Himalayas and is 13,054 feet above sea level. Every spring, a road crew has to locate the road by GPS and dig it out from under the snow. But soon, the road will start to be covered again, as it has a regular rotation of avalanches and deadly mudslides, earning it the local nickname, Ground of Corpses. Sounds like a super chill vacation spot. Hey, honey, for our vacation, how about we go check out the Ground of Corpses? Yeah, sounds good. Big tourist buses and military vehicles attempt to navigate the winding bends with steep drops down with no barrier, which causes massive traffic jams. And you do not want to be caught in rush hour in a place with rock falls and landslides. Number 5. Atlantic Ocean Road, Norway. Norway must still have some Viking spirit running through their veins because they built an absolutely insane road for drivers to conquer. The Atlantic Ocean Road dips and arches over the Norwegian Sea, curls into huge looping corners, then dips into blinding straightaways, all while foaming waves crash over the sides. Don't get caught on the road during a bad storm. Waves can be absolutely brutal and sweep cars right to the edge. It's not like they had to build the road over the ocean like this. It was just supposed to be an engineering marvel that looked pretty. But you know those Norwegians and their crashing waves. There are probably a lot of drivers going down Atlantic Ocean Road wearing full-on Viking cosplay, and that's hard to drive in. That could be another reason it's dangerous. That one's just a guess though. Number 4. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan. It sounds like you would take Fairy Meadows Road in Pakistan to a lovely little cottage for a tea party. But when you get to the real road, you discover this is a tea party from hell. It's an unmaintained gravel road with no guardrail that leads to the picturesque fairy gardens. A few sections of the road are no wider than a Jeep Wrangler and can't be accessed by any vehicle other than a 4x4 all-terrain. In 2013, the road was ranked as the second deadliest highway in the world due to its remoteness, accessibility, avalanches, and heavy snowfalls. It may take some hard work, but with plenty of practice and stick-to-itiveness, Fairy Meadows Road is sure to claim its rightful spot as the world's most dangerous road someday in the not-too-distant future. Number 3. Passage du Goy, France. Passage du Goy seems like your typical quaint little French road, except it literally gets submerged under 2 times every day. It's a treacherous little road that leads from Bévier-sur-Mer on the French mainland to the stunning island of Noirmoutier. And if you try to leave the island at a certain time, you may wonder where the heck the road went. The road can only be driven on a few hours each day before the island is sealed off. That's the French way: wine, cheese, and building roads that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Oh, and mimes. Can't forget mimes. More often than not, the Passage du Goy lies hidden beneath 4 to 13-foot thrashing waves. When the tide comes in, the water rises rapidly, but don't worry, there are towers you can climb to call for rescue. No such luck for your car though. Number 2. Luxor, Hurghada Road, Egypt. This one is a little bit different from the other roads on the list. The danger comes from a different place. The drive from the ancient city of Luxor to Hurghada has a few unpaved patches and some sandstorms, but for the most part it's fairly well maintained with decent weather. But the stretch is extremely dangerous with many head-on collisions and fatal accidents. The 188-mile road has a fair share of dangerous drivers. There doesn't seem to be many rules when it comes to Egyptian roads. These drivers are going all out, changing lanes without signaling, talking on cell phones, the works. At night, drivers go miles with their headlights turned off. This dangerous maneuver seems safer to them than the alternative. Headlights may signal the numerous bandits and extremist militiamen who reside in the rugged terrain and regularly perform robberies, kidnappings, and the occasional murder along this freeway. Talk about road rage. Number 1. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. North Yungas Road, nicknamed Death Road, has been named by multiple organizations as the most dangerous road in the world. Until it was closed for renovations, the Death Road averaged 300 deaths per year, most of them falling hundreds of feet off a sheer cliff edge into the valley below. The thin road climbs winding, jungle-clad mountains, with nauseatingly deep canyons below. The road was built in the 1930s by Paraguayan prisoners during the Chaco War. parts are cut into the steep cliffside, so one side of the road is solid rock and the other falls off into a 600-meter abyss. On top of all that, the road is now a popular cycling destination. That's right, cyclists heard about Death Road and thought, I should take my bike there. Traffic jams from behind cycling groups causing gravel landslides, and many cyclists have been fatally hit. Most of the road is only 3.5 meters wide, and some sections are unpaved without guardrails, so whatever you do, don't look down.